All right. We're in round 3 here. If only this were a blue source, I'd probably keep this hand. But too dangerous. Let's try again. Yes, this is acceptable. It actually still kind of sucks because we don't get to do the commander unless we draw an island. But remand, repeal, acceptable options here. I'm going to guess, well, too late. Less worrisome than, say, preordain. Not so sure about that wasteland right now. All right. I'm going to guess the remand, but possibly the commander. Ancestral Vision. Hey. And Ponder. I wonder if this is... Well, I was going to say Kiki Jiki, but that doesn't seem super likely, considering he's played a swamp. But I'm definitely intrigued and curious. That's a lot of deck fixing. But then he's also got the discard. Yeah, it seems like a combo deck of some sort. Oh, no. Wish I could protect him. I may have to pact the Ancestral Vision. Well, that's not that great for me. What do we get? Oh no, you got my Thassa? That's too bad. Well, I guess I gotta get rid of Miss Ashiok. I guess we repeal it. Draw an island. Not the best. I admit, I was kind of hoping for something better. Do I let an Ashiok resolve? I feel like I don't want to, but I also kind of want to counter this Ancestral Vision. It's a tough spot. Think I have to let this resolve. I just can't lose everything. I do have to stop the Ancestral Vision. Oh, at least he didn't hit any creatures that time. What's your ultimate do? Exile all cards from all opponents' hands and graveyards. Well, it's not the worst. Starting to get a bit concerned here. I think we're hard casting a Force of Will here. Cannot allow this man to have that many cards. Especially since he's missing land drops. All right. What do we got? Ophiomancer. Do I pact it? I'm taking 3 a turn. Got no action going on. Guess we packed. Man of War. Yeah, it's not going to do all that much. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, I guess the good news is when he plays Teferi, I can just bounce it. It's kind of nice, actually. I guess he already knows about the Wasteland, so let's just take care of that problem. This actually keeps him off Teferi, but I don't mind that. If he sowers, actually, if he sowers, I can just Mana War, bounce the sower, and get a lot of value. So there is that. Actually, I guess he can get Teferi out anyway. Oh no. I haven't been drawing the best. So if I bounce Teferi now, what does that do? I guess I sort of have to. I do see the issue with it, since he's still going to be left with sower, but I'm going to do it anyway. I would have loved to have her in my deck. Image too. Well, I have to deal. Oh, I have to deal it to the player. Well, kind of feel like I have to draw cards here. Because I don't think we're beating an Ashiok. I've only got 5 cards left in my deck, actually. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Guess to see what I get. Alright, let's just go to the next game. Alright, I was going to get milled for 3 and then lose. What do we do? What do we do? I don't know. Basically, I have to stop an Ashiok. Could bring in the Tithe, I guess. But doesn't seem super useful late. I think Wasteland's still okay. I did actually hit a target there, but admittedly it wasn't great. Might be important, though. I don't know. Let's just try again. Hope we draw a little bit better. I would like to play first. Sand doesn't stay very busy, but I'm going to keep it. Opponent mulls to 6, and then keeps. All right, not a bad draw. Pretty important land draw there. We're going to need some more. Unfortunately, I'm not in a great position to play Seagate Oracle here. If I knew I had an island in the top 2, well, I don't want to miss my land drop either, which I will do if I don't do anything here. That's tough. Do I want to just not do anything in... I think I'm playing Seagate. The thing is, if he plays the Ashiok, I can still image and get some more cards. Well, that works for me. So, put that in my hand. Put that on the bottom. Play land. Pass. Well, I can't force spike that. And Ancestral. Well, I'm going to have to deal with that eventually. So I could image the Seagate Oracle. I could also image the Ophiomancer. Kind of want to image my Oracle again. I don't want to miss another land drop. Let's image here. Oracle. Force of Will and Repeal. If I were to use a force, I could dump a Force Spike. That seems good. We are missing our land drop, but that's okay. I love a good Force Spike. Wait a second. So you targeted... Oh, to make me sack my... Okay. Well, let's let that die, I guess. I guess we force spike it. Could have remanded it, but I don't know why that would be better, I guess. So currently just need a white source, and then we've got a lot of protection too, which is kind of nice. Although I guess, I don't know if I can counter evoke, can I? That was an awesome drop, or draw there. Now we have force and pact, which is definitely the backup that you want. So, do I use the force here, or do I use the pact? If I force, I don't want to discard any of these. I think we pact. See if they leave it on top or put it on the bottom. Put it on the bottom. So did not see something that was good for them. No attacks. Do have to say I find that interesting. Oh, so I don't get in with the Seagate Oracle? I see. Well, I think I leave up Remand and Future Sight, or Force of Will, rather. So I think we just Remand this Ancestral. Screws them up pretty good. I do kind of want to force that, but let me think about it. Well, so if I force it, if I don't force it, it turns off like all of my other stuff. I think I gotta force it. Let's exile Future Sight. Concession. That's interesting. I would say don't concede when you're running Shriekmaw in your deck, but what do I know? Mana Tithe? No, probably not. God, I kind of want to ditch Future Sight. Is that wrong? I mean, I guess when you get flooded, Future Sight's pretty nice, but I kind of don't like my opponent knowing what I've got. It's not a very good card, right? I mean, it's not that great. You get to play the top card of your library, so you get an additional card in your hand at all times, but your opponent knows about it, which kind of sucks when it comes to stuff like Force Spike or Remand or Forbid. Should I do the Mana Tithe? I'm not sure. I kind of want another flyer, especially after the Ophiomancer. Let's ditch the Future Sight. Let's bring in the Sublime. Let's go double Angel. And then if I do that, I think I am willing to cut the Wasteland for Plains. Even though I saw at least 2 targets, I'd rather pretty consistently hit my double white, I think, than get rid of one of his lands. All right, well, I mean, we're going to keep it. It's a good hand. Opponent is also keeping. Serum Visions, very good. Not going to force that. All right. I'll take a land draw. Oh. Impulse I'll also allow. So if I have to use force, what do I discard? Probably repeal, since Seagate Oracle nets me a card. Actually, I guess they both net me a card, but I'd rather have the creature for the devotion. So yeah, I think if I have to force, I do the repeal. Ooh, this is a pretty good draw. Let's level up a couple times now, if I'm going to play Delver anyway. So I could force this. It's actually pretty interesting. I'm not as scared of Ashiok anymore. I think I go the aggressive route here. I'm going to force that. I'm going to exile my repeal. Then I'm going to play Delver. My opponent is not happy. All right. Bitter Blossom. Pretty legit. Yes. Opponent can play around it now, but regardless, pretty good. What's compulsive here? Actually, I could drop the Seagate, I guess, now that he's got the Bitter Blossom. I want to push through as much damage as possible. I can probably do it post-combat, though. All right. Guess we take island and ditch looter. Play land. He does know about the force spike. Sakashima's student copying insectile aberration is my guess. Or Coral Helm Commander. Well, that's weird. I'd probably do the insectile just so I could block this turn, since I am pushing through a fair amount of damage. So this can find our white source. Do I want to compulsive, or do I want to get the Teferi down as soon as possible? I feel like Teferi is the important one. So why don't we just attack with everything? This motivates him to block the... Well, he pretty much just blocks Oracle with the Coral Helm, which is fine. He's got to chump with the Fairy. Can't afford to take that much more damage. We play the Scalding Tarn, and we just pass. Well, I can't counter it. Well, the dilemma. Unfortunately, that Jace is good, since Coral Helm is looking pretty sexy right now, but that's alright. We're still looking alright. Just got to find a removal spell, and we're going to be in pretty good shape here. So we do the Scalding Tarn, we get our Tundra, jam it to Fairy. There's our Journey, so he probably concedes here, is my guess. I guess Seagate Oracle cannot really attack. Oops. All right. Well, got there. Ended up going 2-1. Lost to Mono Black. This deck played really well. Not much for counters and disruption for the most part, but I gotta say, it's a lot of fun to play cards like Force of Will and Pact of Negation. My God. Doesn't get much better than a free counter spell. All right. We'll see you for the next draft.